All right, everybody. I know that there have been some questions on inputting the data into the chapter analysis form, so I wanted to create a quick video tutorial to make sure that I clear up any questions that you guys may have. So really, inputting your data, I think, is a three-step process. The first step is to check the schedule for the chapter tests, make sure that you are on time with your pacing, you filled everything in, and that you are accessing the appropriate chapter test. Then it's to locate the item analysis form and input your data. And then lastly, you should always save a copy onto your desktop. So here is the process. Let's see if my computer will cooperate this time. Okay, so I'm in my Google Drive folder, and all of you have already had this folder shared with you. Um, and this is the folder that we're going to be using, the chapter item analysis folder. What I like to do is put a star on any folder or sheet that I use regularly. The way you can do this is to just right click and then, well, when it isn't starred, it asks you to add a star to it. So you could either remove or add the star. And what this does is gives you access to your favorite items or your most used items. So when I go to my starred items here, these are all of the spreadsheets and forms that I use on a regular basis. So anyway, I'm going to click on my chapter item analysis folder. And the first step is to check the chapter test schedule. So let me just go ahead and select that. And I'm going to give you an example with the 6th grade, because I know Mr. Saoud has already input some of his data. So if I go over to grade 6, for example, over here, the Chapter 7 Math and Focus chapter test was scheduled to be administered on the 21st of December. Mr. Saoud left a note behind saying that he was a little bit behind the pacing and that he's going to administer it on January 6th. So thank you, Mr. Saoud, again, for writing in the proper notes. So the next step, after identifying which test you're trying to input the data for and finishing up all your notes, is then to locate your item analysis sheet. So it's in the same folder. I'm going to double click on grade 6 item analysis because we're using Mr. Saoud as an example here, and possibly Miss Raftery. I don't know if she's filled hers in, but let me see. Then I'm going to locate the chapter test, the appropriate chapter test. So these are all tests that we haven't used just yet. I'm just going to scroll to the right until I go to chapter 6. No, sorry, chapter 7. Okay. So here's chapter 7, and we've labeled them by homeroom. Let me take a look at chapter 7, room 210. Yep, all the data is put in properly. And obviously, this is all going to be blank when you first access it. You input the data, just ones and zeros, and it automatically scores it for you. Please do not mess with any of the algorithms over here unless you're really, really, really good at Excel, because if you start playing around with these, it might mess up your item analysis. Same goes for the ones down here. Some people did not have enough room. They didn't have enough rows to put all of the names in. If that's the case, just contact me and Ms. Rockefort, and we will happily adjust the spreadsheet to make sure that you have enough room to put in all your student names. Anyway, so after you're done inputting all of this data, the next step is to save a copy onto your desktop. Because a lot of other people have access to this form, and if you or somebody else accidentally deletes the data, you should have a copy saved. So to save a copy from the Google Sheets, you just go to File and Download As, and we want to download this as a Microsoft Excel document. So I'm just going to select this, and I don't know where you've specified it to download. It usually goes to your downloads folder. Sometimes people set it up to go to their desktop, but either way, here's the Excel copy over here. And now you have a copy on your computer. So that's about it. If there are any questions, concerns, as always, please feel free to contact me, Ms. Rockefort, and we will gladly help you with your item analysis. Take care.